I don't know how to sit. Like, I don't know.
Alright, so
How am I looking?
casuals-
Yeah, pour it in there. Come on, man. This is like between two ferns. I need my coffee.
Oh, no, get the ferns over here.
Nexus PMG is about a 7-year-old company. We were founded off the principles of project management and project controls. The original founders of the business have a long-standing EPC background, working all on domestic and international high-profile projects. The business was really originated off the concept of providing risk management services to various types of clients in the market, from EPCs to the lending community. We pivoted over the years, and if we kind of fast forward to where the business is today, we now have 4 primary business lines. One is Nexus PMG, which is our outward-facing brand and our website, and that remains today our advisory services remains our advisory services business. We represent north of 50 infrastructure funds and private equity firms. The interesting thing is that in 2018, we decided to rebrand the business and focus entirely on projects that reduce carbon intensity and enhance resource efficiency. So what that allowed us to do is really align with the clients that were moving heavily into the ESG sectors, which is becoming more predominant today than even back in 2013 when Nexus was formed. We provide a lot of independent engineering services out of that entity. We do a lot of advisory work, construction monitoring. Basically, our job is to protect the downside risk and do a lot of technical, operational, and financial assessment of these projects. After doing that for several years, what we realized was that the investment community was really struggling with putting money to work. They were struggling to underwrite projects in these sectors. Developers were equally frustrated by not being able to get their projects financed. And there was a myriad of reasons as to why, and there was a lot of common themes, which were things such as, a lot of the contract structures weren't underwritable from a cash flow perspective. Certain types of control provisions did not make sense the way they were structured. The engineering was not advanced enough to really fine-tune the EPC pricing and contract structure. And you kind of go through those things enough times and you realize there's an opportunity. So we formed Nexus PDS, stands for Project Development Services. It's anchored out of our office in Greenville, South Carolina. And out of that entity, we essentially built a development as a service arm. And what I mean by that is we essentially employed folks who specialize in various aspects of development. So we have teammates that focus solely on site selection, permitting, and environmental impact assessments. We have former private equity folks who do a lot of financial modeling and make introductions to capital sources that we have tight relationships with. We do all of our own front-end engineering design in-house and have a really strong multidiscipline engineering task force. So we do a lot of great work to and then leverage the connections we have into the EPC industry to do RFPs or sole source contract out EPC contracts for execution. And that's turned out to be a great business for us, and one that we think adds a lot of value to both sides of the fence, hence Nexus being the bridge between the investment and the development community. In addition to that, we are technology nerds at heart, especially the founders, and we had launched our own software called Cloud EPC, which internally we know as Nexus OS, our operating system. And it's a project and construction management software that inevitably gave birth to Nexus OS as a business line, which is now a technology as a service business. In that entity, we have lots of amazing in-house and third-party software features and technology tools that we use to bolster the offering of the other business lines. And we also have license opportunities as well for some of that stuff. It's really exciting. We love the technology aspect. We think it plays a major role in development and construction and finance. And for us, it's been a really valuable tool, and for our clients as well. The final business line is Nexus OPI, stands for Operations and Performance Improvement. It's spearheaded out of our office in Canada. And what we do out of that entity is essentially specialize in what we see as a growing gap between the point of which a project hits commercial operation to stable operation. There's a challenge in these low carbon sectors, especially when you have feedstocks that inevitably have some sort of non-homogeneous aspect to them or bio-based processing aspect. To get to a steady run rate, it's very challenging. And so we have a team of specialists from everything from reliability engineers, maintenance specialists, key performance indicator and reporting tracking specialists, And we really embed ourselves with our clients into the culture of these businesses, and we do a lot of turnaround work for struggling assets. We do a lot of work where we get into pre-commissioning to support the efforts of the EPC and or the owner team to make sure that a lot of stuff is not falling through the cracks in terms of the startup aspect. And our job essentially is to get projects up and running at to hit their nameplate capacity and build a stable operation that's founded and rooted by a stable, very strong operating culture. So those are the 4 basic business lines of Nexus PMG, and we're really proud of them. And we continue to explore other opportunities in the market as we grow and they present themselves.